playing third base. Holly Thomas in the 3 spot and catching. Alex Wiley in the cleanup position playing first base. Abby Vickers hitting 5th, playing right field. Kylie Bishop hitting 6th, shortstop. Abby Key hitting 7th and playing second base. And Brooklyn Taylor going back to the 8th spot in the circle today. And Brianna Pantalian playing left field and batting 9th. For the Lady Cats of Calallen, Megan Geyer leading off for the Lady Cats, and she will be playing shortstop. Mia Flores hitting second, will be playing center field. Adrina Alvarez will be catching, be hitting in that 3 spot. Alana Alvarez will be playing playing third base and hitting in the 4 spot. Rihanna Rodella, the designated player, hitting number 6. Jordan Thibodeau in the circle for the Lady Cats. Number 7, Braylon Bailey playing third base. She will be hitting number 8. And Mackenzie Mounts rounding out the lineup and hitting 9th. Mounts will be playing second base. Well, Ross, it is beautiful. It's warm. The sun's shining down here in Austin, Texas. And it's not at all like how it was in 2021 when these two teams played. Of course, the Lady Panthers found themselves in an early 3-0 hole. The rains came, and when the rains cleared out, the Lady Panthers scored a whole bunch of runs.
Yes, and we were actually in the exact position we were in 2 years ago. Outside in the elements, Joe.
Oh, we are definitely in the elements right now. Again, it says it's 80 degrees, and that's probably correct. It's 10 o'clock. There's a little bit of a wind here, and hence we're getting ready for our leadoff hitter, Bailey Slack. Ross, expect a good one. The stands packed up today.
Bailey Slack stands in on the left side. The first pitch to Slack is across for a strike.
Thibodeau, the pitcher for Calallen. She's a new addition. Did not see her last time. I think she's a freshman.
No balls, 1 strike to Bailey Slack, the junior center fielder for Liberty. She was a freshman when she played in this game against Calallen 2 years ago. The pitch, and it misses a little high. Setting the defense for Corpus Christi Calallen, CC Calallen. Trevino is in left field, Flores in center, Gomez in right. Around the infield, we'll set that after this pitch. A ball and a strike just underway. Here's the pitch. And that one misses as Slack takes ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Top of the first inning, state championship game. A rematch of the 2021 state championship game. Third baseman Alvarez playing in. And the pitch to Slack. And that one misses, and it's 3 balls and a strike around the infield for CC Calallen. Alvarez at third base, Geyer the shortstop, Mounts at second, Bailey at first, and behind the plate is Almarza.
No, it's the same, Alvarez.
Alvarez.
I think they're sisters.
Thibodeau in the circle, and the 3-1. And that is a walk, and Liberty has Slack aboard to lead it off in the top of the first inning.
Well, Ross, we do have our first experience in the playoffs. We have our first female plate umpire today. And I know you know that. We get all those cool stats.
Reese Evans, the senior. It was weird. This is the last time I'll write her name in the book. Her final game of her high school career as she stands back in the box. 1 batting glove, and the first pitch to Evans as she squares the bunt. It is a ball. A lot of action on the infield with the first baseman Bailey and playing in as well, expecting a bunt. Mounts went over to cover first as Slack had gone off the base a little ways, and it pulled Alvarez from behind the plate. The 1-0 pitch is on the way. And that is across for a strike. Slack takes off, throw down to first as she slides headfirst into second.
Well, that
stolen base.
That looked a lot like how they did in the, I believe it was the Hardin-Jefferson game. The old oop-de-oo down there at first.
That was Lumberton.
Oh, yeah, you're right,
That
Lumberton.
was in the bi-district.
That's the first round of the playoffs. I knew it had been a while.
Count is even to Evans, a ball and a strike. Alvarez playing way in at third base. The 1-1. And that one catches the outside part of the plate, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to the senior Reese Evans with Holly Thomas on deck.
Calallen here, courtesy of their 5-1 victory over Aubrey in the other state semifinal game on Thursday.
Slack led off the inning with a walk. She stole second. That's where she is right now. Ball and 2 strikes, no score, just underway in Austin, Texas. The 1-2. And that one misses. And Bailey Slack wandering off second base. Alvarez makes a strong throw down to the shortstop Geyer, but Slack just back in time.
Yeah, even though they wet the dirt down before the game started, it's a little slick out there, and Bailey slid just a bit, almost caught herself undone on the base path.
Calallen today, white uniform tops, maroon state logo, maroon sleeves. The 2-2. Evans slaps this one down the third base line, but foul.
Yeah, Alvarez, the third baseman, almost had a play on that one, threw her glove across her body, just not quite able to get there.
Nobody out. Top of the first inning, state championship game in Austin, Texas at Red and Charline McCombs Field. Liberty trying to get their 3rd straight state championship. A 2-2 count to Reese Evans, the left-handed batter, standing back in the box, slightly open batting stance, bent at the knees, and Evans pops this one out into shallow left field. It gets down. Going into second now is Evans as she hustles. The throw came back into the infield. She caught him napping. Going to third base is Bailey Slack. And Liberty with nobody out, and Holly Thomas striding to the plate.
I don't know how many times Reese Evans has put the ball in that exact same location, Ross. And Bailey perhaps had a turn there, but wisely not coming around to test the left fielder, Trevino.
She fielded that ball in very shallow left field as it just cleared the infield. We're going to have a conference in the circle. And they're calling the runners back as the 2 runners in this conference had gone into the circle.
Well, I guess it wasn't a true timeout because it was an infield call from the on-field players.
So Thibodeau with runners at second and third in a bit of a jam with nobody out. He stands towards the back of the circle, takes her right hand, her pitching hand, and rubs it in the dirt to try to get a better grip. She's back on the rubber, and the first pitch to Holly Thomas is a ball. It misses, looks a little low there. Alvarez trying to frame it behind the plate.
Yeah, Thibodeau threw over 100 pitches on Thursday in their victory. I think she faced 32 batters. So
Infield.
She put in a bit of work.
Infield pinched in at the corners. The middle infielder's also in, and Holly Thomas hits this one high and deep. It is off the top of the wall in left center field. Coming in to score is Bailey Slack. Around third as this ball caroms back in towards the infield is Reese Evans. Holly Thomas, a triple as she slides in ahead of the throw. That ball hitting off the wall and bouncing in quickly, almost making it back into the infield. And it's quickly 2-0 Liberty.
That was one of the hardest hit balls that I've seen that has not exited the yard, Ross. I thought that was going to get out, and it, just like you said, it hit that wall and bounced forever, and that allowed Holly Thomas to get all the way around and get on to third. And just like they've been doing all season long, their characteristic Karate Kid, she jumps up, and I love the energy in her face when she does something awesome. She does that when she's behind the plate as well, Ross.
A meeting in the circle, 2 coaches out to talk to the infield. The outfield, a tough play there as that ball shot off the wall and back towards the infield. Capacity crowd on hand for this one. Calallen on the third base side as they are the home team. Liberty on the first base side.
Yeah, on Thursday playing Decatur, the Liberty side was really packed up. The Decatur side not as packed, but today there is not a seat to be had. Many people bringing their own seats, sitting on steps.
Holly Thomas stands on third after an RBI triple that drove in Bailey Slack and Reese Evans. Alex Wiley, the senior, also playing in her final game of her high school career.
Alex Wiley.
Liberty's jumped out to a 2-0 lead. The first pitch to Wiley from Thibodeau is sliced into right field. The right fielder, Gomez, cannot make the play. It goes all the way to the wall. Running into third base standing is Alex Wiley. And it's 3-0 Liberty as Alex Wiley doubles. Well, we'll see how they rule that, but nonetheless, she stands on third base, replacing Holly Thomas after driving Thomas in.
Yeah, Gomez had a good line on the ball, and it just dropped a little short, and she tried to come up and scoop with a quick throw and just got underneath her glove.
I really thought that one was going to hang up, but
14, Abby Vickers.
it did not. Waiting on the official score, but Alex Wiley picking up an RBI, and Abby Vickers takes strike one. Right-handed batter, bright white batting gloves. Rests the bat on her shoulder as she stands with a wide stance. Back of the box, pulls that bat up, moves it around a little bit, and the 0-1 is swung on and missed as she flails at that one.
Yeah, Abby reached into her back pocket to try to swing the barrel on that one, and just a bit underneath.
So that one is going to be ruled a single for Alex Wiley and an RBI, but she makes it on the error as the 0-2 pitch on the way. Abby Vickers hits this one off the end of the bat, high and foul, out of play down the first baseline.
Ross, Alex, and Reese both being able to graduate on the field here on Thursday, and Alex still managed to make it back to Liberty last night for graduation. I told her I had a player of the game ready for her if she did something awesome, and I think she listened.
The right-handed batter, Vickers, looks at ball one in the dirt.
Speaking of player of the game, I didn't mention it when Holly came up, but she was the CBS player of the game for Thursday. 5 RBIs, that monster 3-run shot, and she had 6 putouts.
Vickers ready for the 1-2, and she pops this one high in the air behind the plate in foul territory. Alvarez has to drift back towards fair territory, but catches it in the right-handed batter's box.
That was a great play from the catcher. She had to reach behind her head. That ball was dancing as it went straight up.
That is the first out of the inning.
Now batting, it's the shortstop.
Alex Wiley stands on third. It's 3-0 Liberty in the top of the first inning, 1 out, and Kylie Bishop stands in. More of an upright stance as she gets ready for the Thibodeau pitch. It's on the way. And Thibodeau paints the outside corner for a strike. Alex Wiley stands at third base. Bailey Slack led off the inning with a walk. She stole second, and she came home on a Holly Thomas triple to left center field. Alex Wiley followed with a single, but got to third base on an error. And this ball by Kylie Bishop is fouled softly in the air, but into the middle of the grandstand on the third base side. A Calallen fan making the catch.
Yeah, great hands over there. Get everyone ducking and dodging.
Top of the first inning, 1 away. Liberty has put 3 across the board in this first inning. Alex Wiley stands at third. The Vickers looks at ball 1, and Thibodeau shrugs her shoulders a little bit as that one was close, just barely missing.
I think that may have been a bit high. Better to see the plate today than we were on Thursday. We're outside today.
Kylie Bishop ready for the 1-2. Here it comes. Bishop bounces this one foul.
Well, that was a defensive swing right there from Kylie. If she had not swung at that might have hit her in the mouth.
3-0 Liberty, top of the first inning, state championship game. 1 away, and Kylie Bishop down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. I think I just said that, but just in case you didn't hear it. Alex Wiley stands on third, the 1-2. And she off-speed pitch, and swinging over the top of it is Kylie Bishop. And she is set down for the second strike, first strikeout for Thibodeau. Wiley remains at third, drew a throw from Alvarez behind the plate. Alvarez to Alvarez.
Number 10, Abby T.
Yeah, she did not hesitate when she popped out of her crouch trying to catch Alex napping.
Back-to-back freshman as Abby Key stands in. Right side of the plate, squares around a bunt. Pulls the bat back and fouls it sharply. A line drive foul back into the Liberty stands.
Ross, Abby had an amazing defensive performance on Thursday. Had five putouts and 3 assists. I know we talked about that a little bit, but she really came around on Thursday defensively.
Again, squares around a bunt, pulls it back, and she flares this one into foul territory. Giving chase was Bailey. The first baseman mounts also, but they couldn't get to it as it gets down in foul territory.
I really felt like Abby got a bit of a confidence boost. She didn't get on, but she had a nice charge in one of her at-bats, and that is looking way more confident for her with that flare, swinging more aggressively.
The 0-2, and a feeble swing on 0-2 as she doesn't make contact, and that'll do it for Liberty in the top of the first inning. They strand one, but more importantly, put 3 across the plate in the state championship game. Halfway through the first inning, it's 3-0 Liberty.
Cooling stations AMS are available at 8.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play, producer Richard Ewing. After half an inning of action in the 4A state championship game, the Lady Panthers of Liberty leading Calallen 3-0. Holly Thomas with a rocket of a triple, scoring 2. And then Alex Wiley getting an RBI with her single, and then advancement to third later on. Actually, the next at bat, pushing Holly Thomas across. Jordan Thibodeau in trouble early for Calallen, and then settling in toward the bottom of the batting order, getting 3 strikeouts, I believe.
2 strikeouts.
No, 2 strikeouts.
And a foul pop.
Right.
So Brooklyn Taylor ready to throw her first pitch in the state championship game. The sophomore. For Liberty, defensively, Pantalion in left, Slack in center, Vickers in right. Around the infield, Reese Evans at third, Kylie Bishop the shortstop. Abby Key takes up second base. Alex Wiley at first, and behind the plate, Holly Thomas. She'll be catching Brooklyn Taylor. Reese Evans plays way in at third, and the first pitch to Megan Geyer is high for a ball.
Lowest pitch productions on Thursday, only threw 82, 86 pitches, something like that.
As the 1-0 gets across for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike, state championship game. Liberty with a 3-0 lead. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning, and the pitch. And this one is chopped out into center field. It gets over the head of Bailey Slack. Comes off the wall. Bailey Slack fields it and throws it in, but coming into second is Megan Geyer. Geyer with a leadoff double for Corpus Christi, or Calallen.
Yeah, that was a really nice swing. Bailey Slack playing in just a bit, expecting the slap, and then just pushed it right over. Solid contact.
Wildcats center fielder.
It looked like a little half swing, but hit it on the fat part of the bat, and it carried. Here is the first pitch to Flores, and the home plate umpire raises her fist. Got underway at 10 o'clock on the dot. The UIL, if nothing else, punctual. And the 0-1. And
Well, Ross, I would say nothing else, but they are punctual.
Reese Evans not quite as drawn in at third base, but playing in front of the bag. Alex Wiley at first base, also playing in the bag, and the 1-1. And a little slap hit right back to Brooklyn Taylor. Nobody covering first. Safe.
Well, that was a bloop that you don't normally see from the Lady Panther defense. Brooklyn Taylor fielded that super cleanly. Alex was coming up to play the short, and then no one covering second, and she just rolled right on down, now with runners on first and third. And the Lady Panthers kind of in trouble a bit here in the bottom of this first.
Runners on the corners with nobody out. A leadoff double by Geyer. She stands at third after the infield single by Flores. And that'll bring up a big thumper for CC Calallen. Audrina. She is the catcher. And she looks at strike one as she watched that one into Holly Thomas's glove. Right-handed batter stands out of the box now looking at her wristband. Has a yellow ribbon on a braid that's coming out of the back of her helmet. Drags her bat in front of the plate, and the pitch as she swings and fouls this one, says the home plate umpire, as it makes its way quickly home. Again, steps out. White bat, runs her hand down the bat, her right hand, open batting stance with her right heel off the ground, and she swings as she reaches for that one and sends it into the screen, and nothing in two. Audrina Alvarez, the catcher, right-handed batter, her right foot, the back foot, stands on the chalk. Here's the pitch. She reaches out, swings, sends this to Kylie Bishop. Bishop to second base for the first out, staying at third is Geyer.
Really good play from Kylie, and she looked back. The leadoff hitter, Geyer, make sure that she wasn't going to take off and still had time to get to second. Karen Slack coming out to talk to her defense. And now they do have a double play situation here, which could negate. But coming up to bat for the Calallen Lady Cats, Alana Alvarez. And Alana, 2 years ago, was the one that hit the home run that scored a couple of runs for Calallen early on. So both Alvarez, and I think they're sisters, definitely dangerous bats at the plate.
She awaits as the conference in the circle breaks up. Everybody goes back to their position. Brooklyn Taylor drags her right hand on her pant leg. On this humid day, it says 80 degrees, but I don't believe it. I think their thermometer's wrong.
Now batting, third baseman, number 23, Alana
The first
Alvarez.
pitch, across for a strike. I think the thermometer here is set by the people that at the carnival that set the weight machine.
Right.
Guess your weight machine. Here is the 0-1. High and outside. Runners at first and third. Geyer at third. Audrina Alvarez at first. And the 1-1. Just missing.
That was a nice little changeup from Brooklyn trying to come back. You know, it's wild. This Alvarez, she would have hit that home run off of Casey West.
That is.
Seems like forever ago.
It does. The 2-1. Alvarez lines this one foul.
Oh, she almost knocked the head off of her coach down there. She definitely put a charge in that foul ball. Well, I tell you what, it is humid. My glasses are fogging up.
The 2-2. Glad I didn't wear a suit today.
Oh.
The 2-2 on the way. Bounced foul softly down the third base line. Pantalian comes in from left field as this ball makes its way back to Brooklyn Taylor. It's a sunscreen, sunshade kind of day in Austin, Texas. I needed a 55-gallon drum of the sunscreen. Here's the 2-2 with runners on the corners. Low for a ball, and it's a full count with one away. Runners on the corners in the bottom of the first inning. 3-0 Liberty lead, but Calallen threatening here. And the payoff pitch. This ball is lifted high into right field. Abby Vickers comes in and towards center field a little bit. makes the catch. Tagging is Geyer.
And let me tell you, Ross, Abby Vickers probably did the smartest thing that she possibly could do. She got the out and did not try to force it home, which kept the runner on first.
That was a big, it's those little things.
The designated player, number 25, Rihanna Rodella.
Rihanna Rodella, the designated player, right-handed batter, scrunches down in the box as she swings and flares this one out into right field in front of Abby Vickers. Vickers quickly getting the ball into Wiley at first, and a close play at first. But safe is Rodella, and runners at first and second still, 2 outs now as Holly Thomas meets Brooklyn Taylor halfway between the circle and home plate. Now they're wandering back to the circle. Holly Thomas sprints back to the plate. A single by Rodella. She is at first base. At second base is Adrina Alvarez. She reached on a fielder's choice. And the first pitch to Jordan Thibodeau, the pitcher, is across for a strike.
Well, Ross, the one thing that we're sure of right now is this is going to be a fight all morning long between these two powerhouses.
The right-handed Thibodeau ready for the 0-1. She sends a hard bouncer to Kylie Bishop at short. Covering second is Key as Bishop flips over for the final out. Calallen leads 2. They get 1 across, and it's 3-1 after 1 inning. In Austin, Texas, state championship game. We'll be back after this.
So, how are the kids?
Well, Emily made the honor roll.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, we're really proud of her. Tyler, on the other hand, though.
What's going on?
He's been moody lately, just feeling down and not like himself.
Oh, we've been there. Nick was struggling last spring. He was so anxious and stressed.
Really? What helped?
Well, he joined the soccer team. And ever since, he's been a lot happier. He has more energy, he's less stressed, and he's definitely in a better mood at home. It's made a huge difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad he's getting out of the house, he's getting some exercise, and he's off his phone for once. It's been good for his mental health.
Sounds like it's been good for your mental health, too.
Participating in Texas high school sports improves students' physical and mental health. Encourage your son or daughter to get involved. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing, Red and Charline McCombs Field for the Conference 4A State Championship game between the CC Calallen Lady Cats and the Liberty Lady Panthers. After an inning of action, Liberty 3, Calallen 1. And what we've seen so far, Ross, is both teams are ready to swing the bat and put some runs across.
Leading it off for Liberty is the pitcher, Brooklyn Taylor.
Liberty.
Right-handed batter, no batting gloves. The first pitch to Taylor from Thibodeau misses away. Capacity crowd at Red and Charline McCombs Field. Not a place to sit as both teams turning out for the state championship game. The 1-0 to Taylor. And Taylor swings and pops this one high in the air behind the plate. Alvarez, the catcher, catches it in front of the screen for the first out of the inning.
You know, I didn't comment on this a while ago, but they have a tall catcher. She's really tall.
So that is actually the second foul out for Liberty behind the plate. One of those weird stats, if you will.
Right, the odd month below the Mason-Dixon line kind of stuff.
The first pitch to Brianna Pantalion is a ball. Pantalion, right-handed batter.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 2, Brianna Pantalion.
As she stepped out of the box, pulls up her sleeve, waves the bat out in front of her. The 1-0 from Thibodeau. It's low. And 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away in the top of the second inning. State championship game. Red and Charline McCombs Field. Liberty put 3 runs up in the first. Calallen 1 in the first. Bailey Slack, the leadoff hitter, is on deck. The 2-0. swung on as this one handcuffs Pantalion, and she fouls it back into the stands. Here's the 2-1, and Pantalion squares to bunt, just misses, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Thibodeau, the pitcher, really wanted that. Second time we've seen her not get the close call there.
We haven't mentioned this recently, but how often does the pitcher not want it?
That's correct.
Our running jokes all postseason long.
Here's the 3-1, and that one misses inside at the shins.
Well,
and a leadoff walk to Pantalion. Not a leadoff walk, a one-out walk to Pantalion.
Yeah, that looked like it almost went behind her. I know it didn't, but that's what it looked like from here.
Bailey Slack comes to the plate as the lineup flips over. She walked, stole second, and came in to score on a Holly Thomas triple in the first. Liberty leads Calallen 3-1 in the state championship game. There's one away in the top of the second inning.
Fielder, number 3, Bailey Slack.
Alvarez at third base playing even with a circle. This ball is high. Snap throw down to first, not in time as Pantalion goes back in head first.
I gotta tell you, Ross, I kind of like the moxie of Alvarez behind the plate. She has definitely proven that she's not afraid to throw down to first or third.
Thibodeau steps back, gathers her breath, down on the count to Bailey Slack, 1-0. And here is the 1-0. Slacks slaps this one to the shortstop, Geyer. Geyer thinks about it and takes off for second to try to get it unassisted, but can as Pantalion sliding head first in, kicking up dirt is safe. And runners at first and second with 1 out. An infield hit or a fielder's choice. Either one, you take your pick. I'll let you know when we get it from the official score.
A similar situation that happened to Liberty in the bottom of the first. Now they're getting the runabout on the top of the second.
That is a fielder's choice, and Reese Evans, I don't know what I'm doing.
Ross, we already knew that.
Yeah, anybody that's listened to us for an extended period of time or just, popped in. Thibodeau takes a long stare into the dugout to get a sign. Looks down to her wristband. She's got the numbers, winds the arm, and delivers the 1-0. This ball slapped. Line drive back to Geyer at short. She goes and gets the throw to Mounts, who stands on second base, and they double off Pantalion. And that'll do it. Liberty gets 2 on, but they leave one. No scoring in that top half of the second inning. We'll be back with the bottom half, 3-1 Liberty.
I'll never forget the day I decided to go out for the football team. Mr. Banks, the JV football coach and my history teacher, asked me to stay after class. I thought I was in trouble. He said, "Hey, Darius, have you thought about going out for football? I think you'd be great." Fact is, I never played football. Fact is, I never had anyone tell me I'd be great at something. So, with no experience at all, I signed up. And a week later, I padded up and was running drills on the field. I never was great, but playing high school sports was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was accepted by my teammates, and I learned that when someone believes in you, you can believe in yourself.
Encourage a student you know to take part in a high school sport. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panthers Sports Network after an inning and a half of action in the 4A State Championship game. Still 3-1 Liberty. Liberty gets doubled off to end the top of the second. And now we come to the bottom of the second inning for Calallen coming up to bat.
Thank you, Joe.
Should be Braylon Bailey, the third baseman. I'm sorry, first baseman.
Number 19, Braylon Bailey.
Braylon Bailey, the left-handed batter. She goes sans batting gloves. She has black grip tape on the black bat with white lettering. And the pitch from Taylor. Misses high in the zone for a ball. We've got a dignitary here. Liberty Mayor Carl Pickett in his trademark Hawaiian shirt.
Well, I say that's him. I'm not 100% sure that is him, Ross. It could be.
The 1-0 swung on and missed.
And if it's not him, and you're listening, Carl, hey, thanks for having a body double out here for us. How about that?
That is that's definitely a doppelganger. If it's not him, here's the 1-1. Appeal down to first. Check swing, says the third base umpire. And that did look like the right call there. She started it, but looked like she was able to hold it back. And that is what happened. The 2-1. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. My senior English teacher, Barbara Luna, as she has been at every game this year that I've been at. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another off-speed pitch from Taylor.
That's a good strikeout for Brooklyn. Nice to get that first out of the inning, get your nerves calmed down just a little bit.
Now batting, second baseman, number 8, Mackenzie Mounts.
Mackenzie Mounts stands in, the second baseman, the 9-hole hitter, as the first pitch. Low in the zone, catches that bottom zone for a strike. The 0-1 is bunted. Reese Evans, who was playing in, runs over and gets the catches. That one was put in about letter high.
So she did that on Thursday as well against Decatur. She's very, very aggressive coming down that third base line, and it was just right there. And that bunt probably wasn't the best bunt that Mounts could have offered up.
And I make a correction. That was the number 8 hitter. Here is the 9th hitter, Trevino. And Trevino swings on at the first pitch and sends it into shallow right field, just outside the infield. And running on to make the catch is Abby Key in a 1-2-3 inning. The first one. Abby Vickers. Abby Key was right there. And that'll do it. 3-1 Liberty going to the third.
The official ball of the UIL. Set of appointments on your schedule. Manage your health care anytime, anywhere with the My BSW Health app from Baylor Scott White Health. Text BETTER to 88408 now to download.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing. After 2 innings of action, the Lady Panthers still in control, 3-1. Both teams getting very defensive in the second inning. And now Holly Thomas up to bat here in the top of the third inning for the Lady Panthers.
Thomas tripled in her first at bat, and she's ready for the first pitch. A hearty cut and catches a piece of it and sends it back to the screen. Joe, I was at Walgreens yesterday making sure I was getting sunscreen, asking for advice because there's 1,000 options. The 0-1 misses low, evens the count at 1-1, and didn't know where to begin, so I asked the lady at Walgreens. Coconut oil is what she recommended. That's what I've got on.
I think you're going to
The 1-1 way inside at the shins. 2 balls and a strike. You mean that's not a good
I don't
sunscreen?
think so. I think if you start smoking and start smelling like lunch
or movie theater popcorn,
we'll have to send you inside, Ross.
Here's the 2-1. Excuse me, I got ahead of myself. Now it's on the way. Holly Thomas sends this one high in the air on the infield, and the second baseman mounts, secures the catch for the first out. Alex Wiley in the first knocked in Holly Thomas on a single. But the ball
First baseman, number 15, Alex
getting
Wiley.
away from the outfielders as the first pitch to Wiley is down and away. And Wiley ended up on third base, credited with a single and an RBI. Third run for Liberty. Liberty with a 3-1 lead. The 1-0. Wiley gets behind this one and sends it softly into center field. The center fielder Flores drifting to her left.
Ross, that sounded like that was going to go a little bit farther than it did. Very, very solid contact from Alex Wiley, and a nice play from Flores to settle underneath that.
Abby Vickers fouled out to the catcher Alvarez in her first at bat in the first inning. Liberty with a 3-1 lead in the state championship game in Austin, Texas. The first pitch to Vickers. As she gets out of the way of this one, it was inside, just under the kneecaps. There's two away in the top of the third inning.
I'm loving this cool breeze coming across now.
The 1-0. Laid off by Vickers, and it's out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Alvarez at third playing in, but not quite as much as she was for the top part of the order. As she lingers around just in front of the third base bag, and the 2-0. Vickers, a high chopper to Alvarez at third, as she fires it to first for the third out. A 1-2-3 third inning for Liberty. Middle of the third inning, 3-1 in the state championship game. Liberty with the lead.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Texas for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panthers Sports Network. After 2.5 innings of work, score still 3-1, Liberty over Calallen. Calallen with a 1-2-3 defensive portion of the top of the inning. Now moving into the bottom of the third inning for CC Calallen. And leading off for them should be Megan Geyer, the second baseman.
She doubled in the first to lead it off for Calallen, the left-handed batter. Takes a strike, high white socks.
I'm sorry, Geyer is the shortstop. I think I said second baseman.
You're forgiven.
All right.
The 0-1. And another little chop hit out to left field on the line. And Pantalian freezes and makes the catch.
Well, I hope she doesn't decide to swing away, because both of her offerings have gone pretty far with half swings.
Lots of power. 18 minutes to the top of the hour.
Wildcats is center fielder
of 11
6,
o'clock.
Mia
This
Flores.
game getting underway at 10. Mia Flores squares around a bunt, pulls it back, offers at it, but I think they say a ball because the home plate umpire never.
Well, she fouled it, so that wouldn't be a ball.
Well, she never made the indication. They've got 0-1 on the scoreboard, but they've been wrong before.
That's true.
possibly the 0-1. Again, attempts to bunt, this one high in the zone as she pulls the bunt back. Solid black batting gloves on both hands. Her wristband on her left arm just above the cuff of her batting glove. She pulls the bat up and the pitch, as she does with split grip, hand up on the bat as she swings and misses.
I don't see that too often. She had the bunt out there and then pulled the barrel around at the last minute.
A ball and 2 strikes according to the scoreboard. 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss as Holly Thomas jumps up and throws a BB down to Evans, and that ball around the horn. A strikeout, the second for Brooklyn Taylor, both swinging.
Is there any more of an animated catcher that you've seen? Probably last year, I forget what series it was.
Well, Lake
Belton. Right, their catcher was really animated.
Here's the catcher, number 17, Audrina Alvarez.
Audrina Alvarez with her right foot on the front line of the batters, or on the inside line of the batter's box, swings at the first pitch and sends it lazily in the air. Backing out onto the outfield grass is Kylie Bishop, and another 1-2-3 inning for Brooklyn Taylor. We're through 3. Liberty with a 3-1 lead. State championship game in Austin. Back after this.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panthers Sports Network. After 3 innings of work, Liberty leading CC Calallen 3-1. Brooklyn Taylor with a 1-2-3 bottom of the 3rd inning. Kylie Bishop recording the out from Alvarez. And now moving to the top of the 4th inning. And Liberty stepping in. Kylie Bishop should be leading off for the Lady Panthers. Ross, I'm going to get your scorebook game a little faster, son.
I had to do a little maintenance.
You're getting that 1,000-yard stare.
Well,
there, it's so hot out here.
If it's so hot, I'm almost out of water. I need a hot dog.
Well, I've lost about 10 pounds since I've been out here.
Well, you're wearing long sleeves.
Well, this is that dry fit because I knew I didn't get the memo about getting the coconut oil, so I had to protect my precious skin.
I'm going to have a great suntan after the
just to let the listeners know, it's nice and cool up here in the press box, and they have water and hors d'oeuvres.
Well, seeing our guy in the hot seat, he's up there in the air conditioner. He's bragging about all the water.
Swing and a miss at the first pitch by Kylie Bishop. She struck out in her first at bat. Black and white batting gloves on both hands. White bat, blue lettering. The 0-1. It freezes Bishop, but it misses. Alvarez, the catcher, turns back to see from the home plate umpire where that one missed.
That wasn't a bad spot from Thibodeau, trying to work the outside and get Bishop to chase, I think, although she may have wanted that location.
Yeah, that looked, I thought originally as a strike, but the home plate umpire called it something else. The 1-1.
I think she's just working just off the edge of the plate in this state championship Final Four. We've seen the strike zone get crunched down a little bit.
She has really been throwing the ball well. She can locate the ball. She has both control and command. Watch the game, the semifinal game against Aubrey, and she was mowing them down, the 2-1. Bishop swings on, sends a hot shot to the shortstop, Geyer. Geyer dives for it. It kicks off her glove and into shallow right center field.
Well, that was a rocket from Kylie Bishop coming through, and Geyer had to dive to her left, not able to come up with it and push the ball into the outfield. Good shot from Kylie Bishop, though.
Calallen, a softball powerhouse, as Bishop is aboard. I'm going to rule that in. So did the official scorer as an infield single. As Abby Key bunts this one right back to the pitcher, Thibodeau on a line. Thibodeau comes out and fields it out of the circle. And that is the first out of the inning. Staying put is Kylie Bishop.
Well, both teams now being undone by pop-up bunts.
Designated player, number 12, Brooklyn, Taylor.
A good job by Thibodeau. You see those comebackers like that on a line, and I know I wouldn't have been able to make the play. Here's the pitch to Brooklyn Taylor. Taylor squares around the bunt, but pulls the bunt back when the ball moves outside. A runner on. There's one out in the top of the fourth inning. Liberty with a 3-1 lead in the state championship game. A rematch of the 2021 state championship game, the 1-0. A beautiful pitch by Thibodeau, and that's in for a strike. Apartment complex going up across the street behind left field. Right there, it was hit a couple of times during this tournament. The 1-1. A bunt, fielding it is Alvarez. Alvarez almost to the plate, fires and gets Taylor at first for the second out of the inning, going into second base.
Well, that was a beautiful bunt from Brooklyn, just right down there.
Kylie Bishop. And a great play by Alvarez at third.
Lady Panthers left fielder.
2 outs, and Brianna Pantalian. With her second plate appearance, she walked in her first. And Pantalian swinging on and sending this one foul over the screen to our right.
We're actually going to have to be careful today since we're outside and we are above the safety fence. I may actually have to use my my skills today, Ross. Okay, you don't have to be silent on that. That hurt a little bit.
200 down the line, 220 to straightaway center, and 212 in the power alleys at left and right. As this ball misses just above the shoe tops inside. And it's 1-1. Alvarez looking Kylie Bishop back at second base. No throw, but definitely keeping Bishop on her toes. The 1-1. And that one in the dirt. Taking off for third is Kylie Bishop. The throw from Alvarez to Alvarez as she slaps the tag on for the third out of the inning. A caught stealing. Actually, a caught advancing. And that'll do it. Liberty with a single. They leave nobody, no runs. Middle of the fourth inning. 3-1 in the state championship game, Liberty.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You were listening to Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 3.5, Liberty still leading Calallen 3-1. Alvarez throwing out Kylie Bishop on third base to end the top of the fourth. And now the third baseman, Alvarez, up to bat, leading off for Calallen.
Alvarez, a big sacrifice fly to right field. In her first plate appearance, that was in the first. The first pitch to Alvarez. She swings, hits this one off the end of the bat into the screen. No balls and a strike. I see Greg Box is here. Former Liberty, longtime Liberty coach and administrator. He's retired now. I guess that would explain the former. The 0-1. Alvarez gets behind this one and sends it over the left center, or the left field fence and in to 21st Street. as it bounces off a truck.
Well, that one got out almost immediately. She turned on that one and put that across the street.
And like that, it's a one-run game.
Well, Ross, if you're going to give up a home run, best to do it as a solo effort. That was a nice shot, though, from Alvarez.
Designated player.
And not unlike the one that she did 2 years ago. I think same location.
It was. And after the home run,
the Calallen fan base definitely excited now.
Rodella, the designated player, looks at strike one, the 1-0. Wait a minute. I promise you I saw that fist go up. But the scoreboard says 2 balls and no strikes, so we'll go with that for the time being until we see the home plate umpire flash the count. The 2-0. And this ball laced straight up the middle and into center field for a base hit.
I think it was a mirage, Ross.
And Calallen now within 1 run of tying this game. Jordan Thibodeau will be the batter. Nobody out. Alana Alvarez led off the inning with a solo home run that landed on 21st Street, which is behind left field.
Going to get not a courtesy runner, going to get a pinch runner for Rodella, although she's the designated player, so I don't know how you say that specifically, but number 10 coming in.
Now at the plate for Calallen, the pitcher, number 7, Jordan Thibodeau.
Thibodeau takes a look at ball 1, high and away.
Precarious situation for Liberty right now. They only lead by 1, 3-2, the 1-0. A high chopper past the diving Kylie Bishop and into center field. A base hit. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1 run already in. That ball was hammered.
And Karen Slatt going to have to come out and have a chat with her infield defense as the momentum has definitely taken a Calallen turn here in the 4th inning. And that's going to happen when you get a home run. That's going to do a bit of momentum shifting, especially when you have no outs.
Runners at first and second. A 3-2 ball game. Liberty with an ever so small lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Courtesy running at first base for the Wildcats. Number 30, Kaylee Lopez.
Kaylee Lopez will be the courtesy runner for
and at the plate for the Wildcats,
Thibodeau.
the first baseman, number 19, Braylon Bailey.
Braylon Bailey comes up with a runner in scoring position. 2 runners on at first and second base. The first pitch is squared around, bunted, and it rolls foul.
It's the one thing that I've noticed about this Calallen team as opposed to last time Liberty played them. A lot of them are putting a very hard charge into whatever contact they're making, Ross.
Liberty trying to hold on to their razor-thin lead. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1 run in for Calallen on an Alvarez solo shot to left. That ball hit 21st Street and probably took a chunk out of it. Again, squares around a bunt. This ball misses. Brooklyn Taylor in quite the pickle. Nobody out and runners at first and second. 2-1 pitch on the way. That ball sails high. Holly Thomas has to jump out of her crouch to keep that one from going to the backstop. 3 balls and a strike. To Braylon Bailey. Here comes the 3-1. Ball 4. And with nobody out, the base is loaded.
Calallen faithful on their feet, cheering their team on.
Wildcats to the second baseman, number 8, McKenzie Mounts.
Every base is hot now, Ross.
Infield for Liberty playing in. For Mounts, the left-handed batter. The first pitch. And she serves this one into the gap in right center field. It's going to get down. Bailey Slack fields it. Here come 2 runs that score and a double. And Calallen takes the first lead of the game.
Well, that was just a good location right there. You don't expect that normally out of the bottom part of the lineup, just right into that gap. Runners now on second and third, still no outs here in the bottom portion of this inning, and Karen Slack having to come out again to have a chat. And we may be getting a pitching change here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Kylie Bishop's going to come in and at least let Brooklyn recycle for a minute. Kylie Bishop going to warm up now.
Liberty put up 3 in the first inning. They've been scoreless since. Calallen won in the first inning, and they've already put 3 across. Still nobody out in the 4th.
Well, with this pitching change, that's going to slide Abby Key over to third. Reese Evans going to move to shortstop, and then Brooklyn will come out and play second base. And we have not seen Kylie since, when did we see her last, Ross? Was that LCM?
Yes.
LCM, right.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pitching change for the Lady Panthers. Now in the circle, number 9, Kylie Bishop.
Kylie Bishop trying to find her location right now. The Lady Panthers definitely with their backs against the wall here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No outs, runners on second and third, and now trailing by a run. And we said this before the game even happened, Ross. We knew this was going to be a game full of fireworks. Both teams trying to have something to say. And you know that CC Calallen did not forget what happened 2 years ago. They were leading 3-0 before the rain delay, and then Liberty coming back after the rain delay and putting up 10 runs. But almost a brand new team for both sides.
The conference is over. Brooklyn Taylor takes her spot at second base. As Joe said, Abby Key over to third, Reese Evans at shortstop. Reese was the shortstop against Calallen, the starting shortstop in that state championship game, and Calallen now fully in control of this game. Still nobody out in the 4th inning. 3 runs across, runners at second and third. Kylie Bishop waiting to throw her first pitch, and Caden Trevino strides in, and the first pitch from Bishop across for a strike.
Very, very good spot. It's super important that she gets that first strike, which she did. Give herself a bit of confidence.
Home plate umpire goes out to give signals to the field umpires. And we've got some kind of...
Now, I guess I was seeing things because I thought there were 4 officials on Thursday, but I guess there weren't.
There were only 3. We had 4 last week.
Right.
Oh, they're going to call a no pitch or a ball. They're going to say Brooklyn Taylor raised her foot off the rubber too soon.
Well, she definitely raised her foot off the rubber, Ross, because she's standing on second.
Well, but on that last pitch, Karen Slack out talking to the second base umpire.
Be Kylie Bishop.
Kylie Bishop runs over to talk to Karen Slack. Karen standing along the first baseline in foul territory. Bishop directly across her. Now a ball and no strikes after that pitch violation. Runners at second and third. 3 runs in already for Calallen. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. This ball sent on a line to Pantalion in left. Coming in to score is Trevino as she tags up.
Well, Ross, the most important thing happened there, and that was to get out number 1. Even if it was to the detriment of giving up another run.
This inning has gone sideways for the Lady Panthers. Still only 1 out and a runner at second base, top of the order. And the first pitch to Megan Geyer is called a strike.
That was a nice off-speed pitch from Kylie Bishop.
The pitch. This one sent into the left center field gap. Pantalion gets on her horse and makes the catch.
Oh, that was a beautiful catch from Breezy, running to her left and still having to catch that over her shoulder, getting turned around very quickly and keeping the runner on second. Mackenzie Mounts.
2 away, and Mia Flores comes to the plate. She singled and struck out in her 2 at bat.
Number 6, Mia Flores.
The energy switch in the park is very noticeable. Here's the first pitch. Misses off the outside part of the plate. Flores now ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strike. Mackenzie Mounts stands on second base. 4 runs in for Calallen in the 4th inning. 5-3 Calallen. This inning started with a leadoff home run, the 1-0. It's bunted at and missed. It evens the count at a ball and a strike. Kylie Bishop in relief of Brooklyn Taylor. The 4 runs are charged to Taylor. The pitch. Swing and a miss and fouled. As it slowly spins in foul territory down the line. The home plate umpire inspects the ball, goes back and places it in Kylie Bishop's glove.
I say this is probably the most active plate umpire that we've had in some time.
This has been a very long inning for that Liberty defense. 4 runs across, still not over. 2 outs. The pitch, high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Bottom of the 4th inning. Calallen exploding for 4 runs so far, and still threatening with a runner in scoring position, Mackenzie Mounts. Infield playing at regular depth. Swing and a miss, and Kylie Bishop gets a huge strikeout, and finally, the 4th inning comes to a close. Calallen leaves 1, but they put 4 across. They now lead the state championship game 5-3.
Established in 2007, the Liberty ISD Education Foundation is an independent, nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to enhance the educational experiences of Liberty Public Schools by fostering community support above and beyond what is provided by the district's normal operating budget. The board of directors consists of residents, retired educators, and business people whose commitment to public education in Liberty is strong and in the best interest of every child in the school system. The mission of the Liberty ISD Education Foundation is to help Liberty ISD enrich, maintain, and expand programs needed to ensure that each student reaches his or her full potential. The Liberty ISD Education Foundation believes that investing in our students today will return excellent leadership tomorrow.
.pepware.com LHS-AV.com.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. I'm Joe Roberts. Alongside me, Ross Norwood, play-by-play. After 4 innings of action, the Calallen Lady Cats screaming back into the lead, or actually screaming into the lead with a massive 4-run fourth. And Alvarez leading off the inning with a solo shot over left, and then they just kept on putting runners on the base path. A pitching change for Liberty. Kylie Bishop now in the circle, and after 4, again, the Calallen Lady Cats leading Liberty 5-3 as we move into the top of the 5th, and Breezy Pantalion leading off for Liberty.
The first pitch from Thibodeau is lined back up the middle. It kicks off second base and into center field for a base hit.
That was a hard charge from Breezy, and hopefully that's just what the doctor ordered. Is we will see 1-2 come up with Bailey Slack now in the box for Liberty.
Thibodeau, for the most part, after that first inning, has been in a rocking chair. Settled in nicely for Calallen.
Number 3, Bailey Slack.
Bailey Slack comes to the plate with a runner on. The third baseman, Alvarez, playing almost even with the circle in. And the first pitch to Slack misses away. Slack, a walk, stolen base, a run scored. Liberty trails Calallen 5-3. The vibe in the stadium changing drastically after the 4-run fourth inning. Here's the pitch. High chopper off the glove of the pitcher, Thibodeau. A great play by Geyer, who recovers the ball and fires to first, and just getting Bailey Slack. Moves Pantalion into second now, 1 out.
Now batting the shortstop.
3-7's coming up for Liberty. So far, 2 batters, 2 hard hits, Ross.
Evans lined into a double play. As the first pitch to Evans misses low in the zone. Liberty.
Well, I'm starting to smell the sunscreen come out. Or maybe that's you baking. I'm not sure.
The 1-0. Misses off the outside corner of the plate, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to the senior third baseman, Reese Evans. Evans a single in the first. She came around to score. And lined into a double play, 6-4 in her last at bat. The 2-0 outside. 3 balls and no strikes as Thibodeau, with Holly Thomas awaiting on deck with 1 out. Thomas just taking her shin guards off, always careful. You don't want to have to take those on and off. You want to do that the least amount of times. Here's the pitch. Across for a strike. A big strike for Thibodeau that prevented.
Yeah, Reese thought that was a ball and had already started taking her elbow guard off.
So she has to get back in the box as she goes down and gets some dirt for her left hand, the one that doesn't have a batting glove. The 3-1 on the way. And that catches the outside corner, and from 3-1 to 3-2. State championship game. Calallen in control of this one, 5-3 after a 4-run fourth inning. The payoff pitch. Sent on a hop past the diving Mounts into left field. Pantalion to third. A base hit for Reese Evans, her second of the game.
Oh, that was really nice. Hard, bounced that off. Mounts really never had a chance for that one. And fortunately for Calallen, Gamaz right there to pick up the pace for her. And now they're going to have their own little conference in the middle. No coach out there. Catcher stepping out to talk to her infield with runners on first and third in the dangerous Holly Thomas up the bat for Liberty.
Thomas in the first inning, a triple. She popped out to the second baseman, Mounts in the third. Liberty down in this one 5-3. Calallen 1 in the first and 4 in the fourth. We're in the fifth, top of the fifth inning. The first pitch to Holly Thomas almost grazes her thigh there, inside for a ball. Runners on the corners, Pantalian with a single to lead it off for Liberty. Ground out to the shortstop by Slack for the first out, and Reese Evans reaching on a single to right. The 1-0. Thomas starts to throw. That one called a strike. Wait, she starts to swing. I'm sorry, the sun's playing tricks on me.
We forgive you, Ross. It's okay.
The pitch. Missing outside. 2 balls and a strike. Runners on the corners. Pantalian at third. Evans is at first. 2 singles. The leadoff one by Pantalian. And with 1 out, an Evans single. Liberty down in this one in the top of the fifth inning. 5-3. The 2-1. High. 3 balls and a strike.
Alvarez calling time so she can go back out there and talk to Thibodeau.
Everybody wiping the sweat.
It is very humid today. It's only about 82 degrees, says the outfield thermometer. There's not a bunch of breeze where we are, but it is very humid, uncharacteristic of Austin. My glasses keep on fogging up.
So the conference has broken up. Everybody returns to their positions. The 3-1 with Alex Wiley on deck. It's on its way. Outside and a walk for Holly Thomas. She's now been aboard in 2 of her 3 plate appearances. So the bases are now loaded with 1 out for the senior Alex Wiley. In this one, 1 out in the inning. Liberty trailing Calallen 5-3. State championship game in Austin, Texas. The first pitch to Wiley. Wiley swings it in a lazy pop to the shortstop Geyer.
That was the first baseman, number 15, Alex Wiley.
And that is the second out, a huge out for Thibodeau.
For Liberty, right fielder number 14, Abby Vickers.
Abby Vickers fouled out to the catcher Alvarez in the first and bounced out to Alvarez at third base.
And we're going to get a courtesy runner for Holly. Marina Bourgeois making her first appearance today. Stepping on to first base for Holly Thomas. Breezy Pantalian and Reese Evans. Marina Bourgeois on the base path for the Lady Panthers with Abby Vickers, who has showcased some dangerousness with her bat.
Thibodeau in the circle for Calallen. Buckles down after the bases are loaded with 1 out. Gets the pop to the shortstop Geyer from Alex Wiley. The first pitch to Vickers with the bases loaded. A ball. Liberty in desperate need of runs, down 5-3. With 2 outs in the top of the fifth inning. The 1-0. High to Vickers. Alvarez, the third baseman, is going to trot in to talk to her pitcher, Thibodeau. 2 balls, no strikes to Vickers, the right-handed batter.
All the outfielders kind of playing deep for Calallen. Everybody on the infield back.
The 2-0. Vickers Sends a charge in, this one on a line, and the center fielder Flores diving to make the catch, and Liberty strands the bases loaded. And that'll do it for Liberty in the 5th, down to their final 6 outs.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Texas. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Back Panther Nation, you are listening to Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panthers Sports Network. After 4.5 innings of action, Liberty still trailing Calallen 5-3, bases loaded, and the center fielder Mia Flores with an amazing catch in center field to end the half inning for Calallen. Had Flores missed that would have scored at least 2 runs, but she did not miss it, Ross, and there we are going into the bottom of the 5th inning. And up first for the Calallen Lady Cats, the catcher, Adrina Alvarez.
Alvarez, a fielder's choice in the 1st, and a pop out to Kylie Bishop at short. Bishop back out in the circle for Brooklyn Taylor.
And on the bottom of the 5th for Calallen, catcher number 17, Adrina Alvarez.
And the first pitch from Bishop to Adrina Alvarez is away for a ball. Liberty starting with great offensive production in the 1st as a swing and a miss by Alvarez on the yacker from Kylie Bishop. But they have been silent on the scoreboard since the 1st inning. Calallen a run in the 1st, and then the offensive explosion in the 4th as the 1-1 pitch misses away down in the count. Part of the order for Corpus Christi, or excuse me, CC Calallen.
CC stands for Corpus Christi, Ross.
I know.
Just a little geography lesson there for you.
This ball hit on a line back to Kylie Bishop. She snags it and throws to Alex Wiley. I guess that must have...
That hit right off the ground and went right into her glove. I'm fairly confident she didn't know that she had that until it popped her glove.
Wildcats third baseman.
It's a very hard hit ball.
Alana Alvarez, a sacrifice, RBI sacrifice fly, and a home run in her 2 trips. The pitch misses low in the zone for a ball. Liberty down in this one 5-3 after jumping out to a 3-0 lead after the top of the 1st inning, but no more runs for Liberty. And the 1-0 misses outside. Bottom of the 5th inning. Calallen 6 outs away from a state championship. And the 2-0 misses, and it's 3-0. 1 away in the 5th. Here's the pitch. And a 4-pitch walk. That's Bishop's first. No, that's her 2nd walk. Nope, it's her 1st.
Wildcats designated player number 25, Brianna Rodella.
Rodella, 2 singles. She came around to score in that offensive explosion 4th inning. The pitch. That's across for a strike. 1 away. On a blistering day in Austin, Texas. 0-2. Outside. High humidity. Both of these teams are accustomed playing.
Well, I don't know what UT's cut for the ticket sales is going to be, but I bet they're going to make a fortune off of water sales.
The pitch misses inside as that one down around the shins. This ball lined into center field for a base hit. And with only one out, 2 runners on for Calallen. That'll bring up Jordan Thibodeau. Thibodeau singled in the 4th. Kylie Bishop in a bit of a jam here with only 1 out and runners on second and third. A 2-run deficit for Liberty in the 5th. The first pitch to Thibodeau gets across for a strike.
It's a nice spot for Kylie Bishop. It's never easy to come in after you haven't been in the circle for a while.
The 0-1 outside for a ball. Taylor started it and was relieved by Bishop in that 4th inning. She's at second base now. Reese Evans, who started at third, shifted over to short. Abby Key going from second to third. Thibodeau, a hearty rip at it as that breaking ball eludes her bat for a strike, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Only 1 out for Calallen. The 1-2. Ball sharply into left field on the ground. The bases are loaded for Calallen.
That just got right through that gap between third and short. Reese Evans tried to lay out and get it, but not even really close. Pantalian over there in left field, there to scoop up the ball and prevent anything from coming around. And now Jordan Thibodeau coming off for her courtesy runner, number 30.
A 2-run lead already for Calallen. Liberty in danger.
And in the play for the Wildcats, first baseman, number 19, Braylon Bailey.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Liberty stranded, the bases loaded in the top of the 5th. Liberty not able to get onto the scoreboard after the 1st inning. The pitch. Lined out and into center field, coming in to score for the 6th run of the game is Braley, and now the bases remain loaded and still only 1 out.
Bailey Slack picked that ball up and came up and threw a dart to Holly Thomas at the plate.
Karen Slack on her way out to the circle to talk to her pitcher.
Well, this is something, Ross, that we have not seen in some time. I'm be honest with you, I know I haven't seen it. You covered some games earlier that I did not. Right now, the ball is just not bouncing in any way, shape, form, or fashion for Liberty. And normally, over these past couple of years, we keep on saying how fortuitous they've gotten with ball bounces, timely hits, and other things, and it's just not happening. And now we're going to go back to Brooklyn Taylor, and that'll slide the defense back to its original setting. Kylie Bishop will move back to shortstop. Reese will go back to third, and Abby Key will move back over to second. And a tough row to hoe moving forward as there are runners on every base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, and Liberty trailing by 3 runs.
With only 6 outs remaining. The cheerleaders for Liberty out.
Your attention, please. Pitching change for Liberty. After the circle, number 12, Brooklyn Taylor.
Brooklyn ready to go here. We've seen this with the Lady Panthers with their backs against the wall, but like I said, it's been some time.
One run in already in the fifth, but the bases loaded and only one away as Taylor gets prepared to send the first pitch to the plate. That one sails over Holly Thomas, but quickly Thomas gets on it and all the runners stay in place. One-0. That misses inside. Maybe a little high in the zone, and quickly 2 balls and no strikes to Taylor, the first batter she's facing. The bases are loaded. Here's the 2-0. And that's going to break it open as this is down into center field. 1 run coming in as Slack gets it. Still 1 out and still the bases loaded. An RBI single.
Ross, right now the pitchers for Liberty struggling to find a location that isn't getting tattooed all around the yard.
Now Liberty trails 4 runs and still threatening. The first pitch is sent foul, a check swing foul by Trevino. Trevino, a sacrifice fly, and she's flown out to Pantalian and left. Here's the pitch. That one in for a strike. Wasn't sure there. That one just dotted the outside part of the plate. Here's the pitch. And that ball is into center field. It's down. 1 run scores. The throw into third. Out for the second out. But another run, and Liberty now down 5 runs, 8-3.
Bailey Slack with a beautiful play on that out of center field. Came up firing and getting it to Reese Evans for the force at third.
Now batting. Wildcats in shortstop. Number 1, and Megan.
So after putting 4 runs up in the fourth, they've got 3, 2 outs and 2 on. Back to the top of the order, and Geyer, as she looks at ball 1 low.
I think Ross maybe have to go back to that, was that the Laporte game that they gave up 11? So that's been months ago.
The 1-0 pitch, and the problem for Liberty is Thibodeau after that first inning.
And she hasn't really been offering too much.
2-0. Across for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. 3 runs in already for Calallen. 7 runs so far in the last 2. This one not over yet. With 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. This ball sent foul into the Calallen stands. Calallen only 6 outs away from a state championship. The 2-2. That one bounces in and a full count now. Here's the pitch. And this one is served out into left field, right ahead of Pantalian. The throw is high, scoring, as the throw was way too high for Holly Thomas, and nothing going right for Liberty.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Ross. When things are going right, they're going right. And right now, they are going wrong. That was a check swing all the way. I'm not even sure she thought she was going to put a barrel on the ball, and it just got into that short porch and left. And now Brooklyn trying to find the edge and missing off of the edge against the left-handed hitter for Calallen. 2 away, 1 ball, no strikes in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on second and third for Calallen. And Brooklyn coming back with the off-speed swing and a miss for strike number 1. The count is 1-1 to, let's see who that is there. Oh, Mia Flores.
Mia, the 9th batter of the inning.
And that's going to be bunted foul for strike number 2. 1-2 the count to Flores. Brooklyn Taylor in the circle for the Lady Panthers of Liberty. Runners on second and third here in the bottom of the 5th. Calallen plating 4 already with the 6-run lead, 9-3. Liberty trying to find answers right now and get out of this inning. Brooklyn firing, and that's going to go right to Reese Evans. It's going to throw over to Alex Wiley, and that's going to mercifully do it for the 5th inning. CC Calallen leading Liberty 9-3 as we head to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You were listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play, producer Richard Ewing. After 5 innings of action, the Calallen Lady Cats with a commanding 6-run lead. 4 in the bottom of the 4th, 4 in the bottom of the 5th. And they lead 9-3 as the Lady Panthers come back and are trying to find any sort of answer facing their final 6 outs. And if they're going to get it done, they're going to have to get it done right now. Coming up to bat for the Lady Panthers, the shortstop, number 9, Kylie Bishop. Kylie Bishop, the catalyst early on for some really amazing things. Stellar defensive work from Kylie. Had to come in the middle of the game in relief for Brooklyn Taylor, so Brooklyn could get herself recycled. Kylie Bishop hitting from the left-hand side of the plate. Looks at the first pitch, and it's going to be low for ball number 1. Stands packed today at Red and Charline McCombs Field for the 4A state championship game. Kylie Bishop again. And that's going to be outside for ball number 2. Kylie Bishop with a 2-0 count. Kylie stepping out of the batter's box is Thibodeau, the pitcher for Calallen, looking at her wristband. Steps back onto the rubber. Thibodeau rocks, fires, and Kylie Bishop's going to hit one, and it looks like it's fair. It's to the deep right corner. Nope. Kylie Bishop still running.
They've called it foul.
And going to slide into third. And I'm not 100% sure what happened there.
That ball landed in the fair territory on the bag.
Yeah, that definitely hit fair. And the plate umpire is going to call that foul. And that was the 100% incorrect call there.
I don't get on umpires, but that was a missed call. The first base umpire said fair. It was right in front of him. That ball landing in fair territory. And no conference. So that's it. When it rains, it pours for Liberty. And overruled by the home plate umpire. Typically, as Joe Slack points to where that ball landed. And tough luck for Bishop as she fouls that one off. Joe?
2-2 the count to Kylie Bishop. Here in the top of the 6th inning, nobody out. Kylie Bishop leading off for the Lady Panthers. Jordan Thibodeau in the circle for Calallen.
That was a huge missed call, the 2-2.
Thibodeau fires outside, low and away for ball number 3. That's going to bring the count full for Kylie Bishop. Alvarez, the third baseman, looking over at the pitcher and having a little chat with her as she's done for most of the morning. 82 degrees here on the field. Kylie Bishop getting set and offers the barrel of the bat. Going to make contact to stay alive. It's going to leave the count at 3-2. Outfielders playing marginally deep, trying to keep anything in front of them. Calallen leading 9-3. Liberty trying to get something going offensively. Thibodeau firing, and this time Kylie Bishop puts a charge into it. It's going to go down the left field line and going to go foul. Going to leave the count at 3-2. Nice to see the charge from Kylie Bishop, staying alive here in the top of the 6th inning as the leadoff hitter for the Lady Panther offense. The entire infield at regular depth. Alvarez playing just about even with the bag on third. And that's going to be high and inside, and Thibodeau's going to walk Kylie Bishop and put the first Lady Panther runner on the base path. And now Abby Key, the starting second baseman, up to bat for the Lady Panthers. Abby Key struggling at the plate so
Lady
far
Panthers
on the day.
Number 10, Abby Key.
And trying to get this offensive rally started here. We've seen the Lady Panthers put up a huge inning before. They scored 3 in the top of the first. Kylie Bishop standing on first. Thibodeau in the circle. Key batting from the right-hand side. And this time puts a charge into the ball. It's going to go down, rocket down the third base line, and it's going to fall foul for strike number 1. Abby Key putting the barrel of her bat over the plate in kind of a bunting stance, pulling it back and making a nice swing. Key again crowding the plate. And that ball's going to fall low and going to get away from Alvarez, the catcher. Kylie Bishop's going to scamper down to second. And just like that, the Lady Panthers have a runner in scoring position. Abby Key with a 1-1 count here in the top of the 6th inning. Key stepping back into the batter's box, a little forward of home plate. And that's going to be high and outside for ball number 2. 2-1 the count to Abby Key. Kylie Bishop standing on second via the pass ball. Thibodeau looking at her own dugout and consulting her armband. Firing. And Abby Key with a drive deep to the right center gap is going to get to the wall. Key's coming around, and she's going to pull into second. Kylie Bishop comes around third and scores for the Lady Panthers. A little here, a little there. They don't have to eat the elephant in one bite, Ross. They just have to eat. And that's going to score a run, and that's the first offensive production we've seen from Abby Key in some time. And Brooklyn Taylor stepping up to the plate, and they may be making, well, I thought they were going to make a change there. And they're going to send Marina Bourgeois to run for Abby Key. The speedy Bourgeois, very responsible for a number of steals on the course of the season. Coach Karen Slack having to dig into her bag of tricks here. Brooklyn Taylor up to bat for the Lady Panthers as the Lady Cats of Calallen conferencing in the circle with pitcher Jordan Thibodeau.
Thank you, Joe. I had to suck down a bottle of water.
It's hot. I could tell you were getting a little dehydrated there, Ross. Welcome back, sir, to the land of living.
No food other than a cookie from Doubletree this morning.
Brooklyn Taylor with an open batting stance. Takes a look, and that's going to come off her bat and foul back into the visiting side, and not quite caught by the fans.
If you're looking down 9-4 for any momentum, what happened in that with the leadoff batter Bishop?
Brooklyn Taylor ready, and she swings around, and that's going to send the ball foul. The count 0-2 to Brooklyn Taylor. Marina Bourgeois standing on second, running for Abby Key, who drove one to the deep right center gap, scoring Kylie Bishop.
Kylie had a triple, originally called fair by the first base umpire, overruled by the home plate umpire. The 0-2.
And going to take a look at that. That's going to get by Alvarez, and Bourgeois is going to speed over to third on the pass ball. That's going to be ball one for Brooklyn Taylor. The count 1-2. Bourgeois now standing on third, Ross.
Sorry, Joe, I stepped all over you.
That's okay.
It's like me dancing.
Brooklyn Taylor deep in the batter's box, crowding the plate. Bourgeois standing on third. And this time, Taylor puts one in that short porch and left, and that's going to score Bourgeois. Brooklyn Taylor standing on first, and again, that's probably the first hit we've seen from Brooklyn since that massive home run bomb that she sent into the scoreboard at Davis Diamond in the regional championship series. And now Brooklyn Taylor going to step off, and we will see Ashlyn Cordova stepping on to run for her as Breezy Pantaleon steps up to bat for the Lady Panthers, and just like that, after being silent since the first, the Lady Panthers putting two across, nobody out, Cordova standing on first.
Still down 4. Brianna Pantaleon.
Lady Panthers, left fielder number 2, Brianna Pantaleon.
Breezy hitting from the right side of the plate. Alvarez, the catcher, looking at the dugout, trying to get her situations down. Jordan Thibodeau in the circle. The entire Calallen infield defense up in double play depth. First and third, very close. And this time, that's going to go foul, and that may have rocketed off of Breezy's instep on her left side.
Yeah, those always hurt. I was accustomed when I was able to make contact when I played.
You thought that was your bread and butter?
In the rare instances I made even contact with it, I was fouling it off something on the body.
Breezy with a hit in her last at bat right up the middle. And now trying to shake off that instep. Back in the box, Thibodeau getting set and firing. And this time it's going to hit in the batter's box. Cordova going to take off and get down to second on the pass ball. And this inning, Alvarez, the normally sure-handed catcher for Calallen, a number of pass balls, although I think most of those have been change-up or breaking pitches that Thibodeau's been trying to throw that have hit in the dirt early. Breezy drives one to center field. It's going to get into the hands, and we're going to get Ashlyn Cordova is going to tag up.
Nope,
no, they're going to say she did
off.
not tag up. And she is going to be thrown out, and that's going to empty the base paths. And just like that, 2 outs. And those are the kind of things that you hate to see for the Lady Panthers as they were getting some offensive momentum going. Breezy with a deep drive. And a great catch from Flores again. The Calallen defense wisely throwing it to second. Now Bailey Slack to bat with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And she drives one to left. That's going to get into the glove of Trevino, and that's going to do it for the top of the 6th. The Lady Panthers put 2 across, no one left. We move into the bottom of the 6th. CC Calallen 9, Liberty 5. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play producer Richard Ewing. After 5.5, the Lady Panthers trailing CC Calallen 9-5. Liberty putting 2 across in the 6th. here at Red and Charline McCombs Field in the 4A State Championship rematch between CC Calallen and Liberty. Moving into the bottom of the 6th inning, Brooklyn Taylor in the circle for the Lady Panthers. And it looks as though we're going to have the catcher, Audrina Alvarez, stepping up to bat for Calallen.
So Brooklyn Taylor back in the circle for Liberty as they trail by 4, and it seems as if the heart of the order has been up for Calallen every time, as this is a lazy fly ball to right. Abby Vickers loses it in the sun and it gets down. Here's the throw into second, gets away from Kylie Bishop.
And that's the first sort of mistake that we've seen from that portion of the outfield defense. Abby Vickers, Bailey Slack, neither one knowing who was supposed to have that ball, and it falls. And now Alvarez standing on second, and she's going to get a courtesy runner. Number 2, Vela coming on to run for her.
Your attention, please. Courtesy running at second base for the Wildcats. Number 2, Angelina Vela.
It seems like they pick up right where they left off. And we're going to get an intentional walk. So Calallen with 2 runners on. Nobody out.
Well, Ross, that's going to bring up Rodella, and she has been pretty dangerous herself so far. 3 singles on the day, 3 for 3. Runners on second and first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the designated player, Rodella. And that's going to be low in the zone for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. Vela standing on second and Alvarez standing on first.
The 1-0 misses high in the zone. And with runners at first and second, Liberty put 2 runs up in the top half of the inning in a double play. As this ball is sent deep into right field, Vickers makes the catch. Tagging is Vela, the courtesy runner. She's now at third, first and third, and only 1 out.
It's a nice play from Abby Vickers to record the first out and a pretty good throw over to Reese Evans. Jordan Thibodeau up to bat now for Calallen. Runners on first and third, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Calallen leading Liberty 9-5. Thibodeau with a single in her last at bat. And taking a big cut at that one for strike number 1. 0-1 to the pitcher, Thibodeau. Taylor firing, and that's going to be low inside for ball number 1. 1-1 the count to Thibodeau. Runners on first and third for Calallen. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. And a little high for the plate umpire's taste. 2-1 the count. Liberty defense back. Thibodeau takes a cut at that and going to foul that off to bring the count level at 2-2. Again, 1 out away here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on first and third for Calallen. The pitcher Thibodeau in the box for Calallen. Lady Panther outfielders deep. Infield defense at double play depth. And that's going to slide out and up for a full count. Thibodeau, right-handed hitter, just behind the plate, open stance, and a swing and a miss, and that's going to be a strikeout for Brooklyn Taylor. 2 outs away here in the top, or in the bottom of the 6th, rather. Again, runners on first and third as Braylon Bailey, the first baseman for Calallen up to bat, left-handed hitter, deep in the batting box. And that's going to be a rocket down the third base line that's going to go foul for strike number 1. 0-1 the count to Bailey. Braylon Bailey with a single in her last at bat. And that's going to be driven deep to Breezy and left, and that's going to do it for the bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody across for Calallen. We move to the top of the 7th inning after this. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing. Moving into the top of the 7th inning, and the Lady Panthers finding themselves in unfamiliar territory in a state championship contest. 3-0 so far in their career in state championship games, but they are 3 outs away from dropping their first state championship to CC Calallen. The heart of the order for Liberty up here in the top of the 7th. Reese Evans due up for the Lady Panthers.
Well, it's now or never, Joe. And I just realized somewhere in the press box, in the air-conditioned press box, is my phone. I hope, because
you hope so.
I don't have it. So a situation, as Joe's alluded to several times, that Liberty has not found themselves in quite a long time. Their backs against the wall, final 3 outs. Calallen, you thought maybe in that top of the 6th, as they had runners on with nobody out. They did put 2 across the plate.
Reese Evans from the left side of the plate, deep in the box, going to look at ball number 1. And the infield defense for Calallen up. The Wildcat faithful on their feet in anticipation. The Lady Panther faithful also on their feet.
Reese Evans ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Thibodeau. Swing and a miss as she tries to catch up to it. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Or was that the first strike?
Nope, that was the first strike.
Okay.
1-1 the count.
You should be the one that's out of energy, Joe. Y'all didn't get back to Austin until 1:30 this morning.
That is true. I'm ready to go, man.
The 1-1.
It's going to come out of the glove of Almarez for a ball. 2-1 the count to Reese. And, man, you said this earlier. This is the final time, the final game that we get to say Reese Evans' name.
Could be her final at bat unless Liberty can tie it and extend it.
As it is, not to be too dramatic, but they do have to plate 4 to go into the bottom of the 7th inning here.
The 2-1. That's across from a strike. A nice pitch by Thibodeau to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I believe this would not be Calallen's first state championship, would it? I know they've played several times. Here's the 2-2, high in the zone.
You know, I'm not sure. I didn't look at that. I know last year they got dumped in the semis, maybe. They've been regular appearers
like Liberty
in the tournament, yes. But I don't know that I think they may have won 1.
This is their 3rd straight year.
But don't quote me on that. Maybe go check Google. I don't know.
84 degrees.
Full count to Reese. And makes contact, fouls it back into the safety net and stays alive. Here in the top of the 7th inning, Lady Panthers trailing by 4, needing to put 4 across in order to move into the bottom of the 7th inning.
So Evans steps out of the box after that foul ball. A full count to Evans as she gets back in and awaits the payoff pitch from Thibodeau. It's on its way. Evans pokes this one out into right field. Foul. Excuse me, that's left field. That's the first time I've made that mistake today.
Well, that's okay. She stays alive. The outfielders for Calallen all playing short. The middle infield playing wide, and the corners up. Reese Evans headed to Kennesaw State at the conclusion of this to play softball.
The payoff pitch. And this one is going to be poked into shallow left field. The left fielder has to come in and try to make it. Going into second is Reese Evans. She's safe. Head first, and the leadoff batter for Liberty is aboard.
Trevino came up on that and just couldn't quite get that ball. It did not have a bunch of velocity coming off the bat. Reese Evans getting very aggressive as it's now or never time for the Lady Panthers, standing on second. Holly Thomas up to bat. Led off the game with a triple that scored a couple.
Yeah, it was kind of that feeling where I know in the top of the first inning you almost felt like Liberty could just keep adding runs, but they did put 3 up. They didn't score again until the 6th. They put 2 across in the 6th. Holly Thomas, with the tips of her hair, dyed, I think it's reddish, purplish.
Could be. She's going to look at ball number 1 inside. Reese Evans standing on second. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th.
Here's the 1-0. Across for a strike on the outside corner. It evens the count at 1-1. Reese Evans led it off with a double and a hard fat. Wait, I don't even know what I'm going to say. But classic Reese Evans that we've seen in all 4 of her years. The 1-1. Holly Thomas gets behind this one and lines it off the light pole in foul territory and left. But getting down in the count and coming and it fouling off a number of pitches to stay alive and then being able to reach. That is, if you look back on her 4 years with Liberty, she's had some long at-bats that she's been able to extend until she was able to either walk or reach. Liberty needs 4 runs. A 1-2 count to the catcher, Holly Thomas. Here's the pitch. Outside.
It's a good eye from Holly as the count evens up at 2.
One thing, this Liberty team, they are going to fight until the last pitch. That is a hallmark of a Karen Slack team. No matter the score, no matter the adversity. Here's the 2-2. Bounced foul off the dugout of Calallen on the third base side. Alex Wiley, the senior, awaits on deck.
Thibodeau and Alvarez looking into the dugout, waiting for the sign.
The 2-2. And Holly chases this one up and is able to get a piece of it foul. That ball almost above her head. At least even with the top of her black batting helmet. Thibodeau, the 2-2. Holly Thomas sends this one weakly into left field. It gets down between the left fielder and she's going for second. She's going to be in. As the throw came into third.
That was a nice at-bat from Holly Thomas, staying alive and putting something in play. Another one of those short porch sorts of situations. And the Calallen defense coming up and putting a lot of pressure on the base runners. Reese Evans standing on third, Holly Thomas on second. Senior Alex Wiley coming up to bat. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. And again, the situation, the tying run in the on-deck circle.
It would be nice to put up a 10 spot here.
I wouldn't hate it. And I'll tell you what I'm loving right now, the shadows finally getting over us just a little bit. It's a hot one, 84 degrees on the thermometer, 12:03 on the time, but it sure feels a lot warmer, almost zero air. The flags hanging almost all the way down here at Red and Charline McCombs Field for a state championship game. Again, this is a rematch of 2021, Calallen falling to Liberty 10-3 that year, and now currently leading by 4 in the top of the 7th, Alex Wiley to bat.
The pitch, Wiley bounces this one foul down the third base line in what could be Wiley's final plate appearance as a Liberty Lady Panther. Reese and Wiley, two players that were on that 21 team. The 0-1 swing and fouled into the string, and now 0-2 Thibodeau, who took a little bit of time on this hot afternoon to get her breath between batters. As the 0-2 falls off the outside edge. A breaking ball from Thibodeau. Thibodeau today commanding the strike zone with the precision of a Swiss watch. Getting a head nod from Joe. The 1-2. Again, sent foul. And you can only think, as that one hung up for a long time, that the humidity may have had something to do with that. Liberty jumped out to a 3-run lead in the first. Calallen in their half of the first put up a run, then stayed that way until the fourth. 4 runs in the fourth, 5 runs in the fifth for Calallen. And Alex Wiley swings and misses. And Liberty down to their final 2 outs.
Lady Panthers right fielder, number 14, Abby Vickers.
Sophomore right fielder Abby Vickers up the plate for the Panthers. Now hitting from the right side, runners on second, third, 1 out here in the top of the 7th.
She lined into no, it wasn't her. As the first pitch, Vickers misses away. She lined out to the center fielder Flores in her last at bat. She's bounced out to third and fouled out to the catcher Alvarez. Only 2 outs remaining for Liberty. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. A slow breaking ball that catches the zone.
It was a good comeback pitch from Thibodeau. Abby Vickers 1-1.
The 1-1. Across first strike as that one just grazes the zone on its way out of the zone, and Vickers down in the count 1-2. Runners at second and third, but there is 1 out. Here is the pitch. Vickers starts to swing. They're going to appeal down to the plate. Palms down by the field umpire between first and second base.
That was a good call. Didn't look like she broke the plane there. Outfielders playing very deep except for center field.
The 2-2 high and a full count to Vickers as Alvarez, the catcher, goes out and gives the sign to her pitcher to bring it down and calm down. Thibodeau wiping the sweat from her chin with her glove. The payoff pitch. Foul to extend the at-bat. This one heading out to the street, and I never did get the name of that street that runs down the first baseline. Is that Comal?
No.
Comal is behind us.
Yep.
21st Street is beyond left field. Alvarez took a chunk out of it with a home run. The payoff pitch. Vickers sharply sends this one past the diving Geyer. Around to score is both Evans and Holly Thomas into second base as that ball got under the glove of the left fielder Trevino. And Liberty pulls to within 2.
And what a hit, what a timely hit from Abby Vickers. And she's been doing that a bunch lately, Ross. She's standing on second now with 1 out as the Lady Panthers pull within 2. Kylie Bishop representing the tying run at the plate. And the Lady Panthers still need 2 to extend this game.
In 21 against Calallen, Holly Thomas, Bailey Slack were freshmen.
Lady Panthers shortstop.
And they had big games.
Bishop.
Kylie Bishop, the freshman, walked in her last plate appearance as she looks at the first pitch. A beauty by Thibodeau on the outside corner. 9-7, Calallen, top of the 7th inning. Liberty down to their final 2 outs. The pitch. Oh, and another beauty. This one, she goes inside on an off-speed pitch. Down, no balls and 2 strikes. Abby Key awaits on deck. Liberty put up 2 in the 6th. They've got 2 in the 2nd with 1 away. 2 in the 7th. The 0-2. Strike 3. It freezes Bishop. And now Calallen only 1 out away from claiming the state title.
Abby Key with a hard charge in her last at bat, driving it to the right center gap. Responsible for that run rally in the 6th.
A big spot for the freshman Key, the right-handed batter. The first pitch bounced foul down the third base line. Liberty, the last 2 state championships belong to them, but now only 1 out away from falling to Calallen. Both Alex Wiley and Reese Evans. Here's the 0-1 in their last game, and that pitch just misses. That was a good pitch by Thibodeau. We've seen a lot more off-speed pitches from Thibodeau in the last 2 innings, and it's gotten her out of some big jams. Liberty down 2, 9-7, the 1-1. Key pops this one up high in the infield. The shortstop, Geyer, makes the catch, and Calallen, the 2023 state champions.
Well, it's turnabout, a fair play. Something very similar happened to Liberty in 21. They got Alvarez to pop out for the final out as Liberty did their own celebration. So congratulations to CC Calallen for their state championship run. And congratulations to the Liberty Lady Panthers for their 3rd consecutive appearance at the state championship contest, ultimately falling 9-7 in what turned out to be an electric firework-filled contest. Lady Panthers going to be losing Reese Evans and Alex Wiley as they head on to play college ball in the fall. And can't say enough about what they meant to this Lady Panther team, Ross.
It's so hard, Joe. They were sophomores when we started doing their games, and now they are going to go and further their educations as they get started.
Well, Ross, just like in 2021, the team that scored first is the team that ultimately lost. Liberty scoring 3 in the first, Calallen 1 in the bottom of the first. Calallen coming back in the bottom of the 4th and 5th with 4 apiece. Liberty scratching their way back with 2 in the 6th and 2 in the 7th, and that's going to do it again here in the 4A state championship game between CC Calallen and the Lady Panthers of Liberty, 9-7.
Well, Joe, the unhappy final. Still a great year for the Liberty Lady Panthers, and they don't want to hear that now. A tough loss as they came pretty close to coming back and staging an epic comeback. And again, hats off to the Lady Panthers. They never gave up. Even when it looked dire, they were able to continue to put pressure on Calallen, and Calallen able to hold that comeback off. Joe, I know I've had a great time. I know you have. And I really want to thank our sponsors. Without our sponsors, we would be unable to bring you this broadcast, and Joe will run through those.
Got the Liberty ISD Education Foundation, C. Bruce Stratton Attorney at Law, Alma's Design Florists and More, and Dream Furniture in Liberty, Texas. Ross will be back in the fall with football, and that'll kick up in August. I want to thank again everyone for following and listening. You've been listening to Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. For Ross Norwood and Richie Ewing, I'm Joe Roberts. We'll see you in the fall.